Hello and welcome, dear friends, to another edition of Umuntu, a special economic development program devoted to ideas for promoting fairness and human well-being in Malawi. The role of political leaders and ordinary citizens, how Malawi can get a foothold on the development ladder, and what holds back development progress in Malawi are some of the questions we tackle in this program. In today's edition, we are going to scrutinize Malawi's judiciary vis-a-vis the presidential election rerun that was won by Tonse Alliance coalition in 2020. I'm your host, Chrispin Dambula. Stay tuned. When significant events happen in places that are least expected, the whole world talks about it, and there are special recognitions from the international community. In 2011, the international community lauded Malawi Defense Force, led by General Henry Odilo, for refusing to take over the government and instead supported defected Vice President Joyce Banda to be sworn in as president peacefully when President Bingwa Mutharika had died suddenly. However, the 2020 presidential election rerun did not receive much recognition, yet it was a monumental event in Malawi's history. Let me provide a cursory background to my topic here. Mr. Saulos Chilima influenced other political leaders who had lost the 2019 presidential race to protest the results. Every day, people would take to the streets. There was vandalism, arson, and all kinds of chaotic things in Malawi. And finally, the judiciary nullified the election results and called for a rerun in 2020, which was won by Tonse Alliance coalition, represented by Lazarus Chakwera and Saulos Chilima as president and vice president, respectively. Surprisingly, this development did not attract attention of the international community. Why? Because the judiciary was not fair. In the rest of today's program, I will point out where Malawi's judiciary failed. Peter Mutharika, who had won the initial election, accepted the court's decision for presidential election rerun. People who did not register to vote in 2019 wanted to register in order to vote in the rerun. Do you know what the courts did? You got it right if your guess was no. The courts were correct to object to any registration of new voters for the rerun. In all fairness, the same people that were already registered were supposed to vote, and that's what exactly happened. Correct and fair decision. But where did the courts go wrong? Ready? The courts allowed some political parties to form coalitions for the rerun. For example, Mr. Saulos Chilima joined hands with the Malawi Congress Party to form a coalition called Tonse Alliance. Do you see how ineptly the judiciary acted here? If this was a genuine rerun, every party and candidate should have contested just as they did in the initial presidential race. But Chilima and Chakwera went to the rerun on the ticket of a coalition. By forming Tonse Alliance coalition, Chilima and Chakwera conceded that they had lost the initial election and could not win if they were to go to the rerun separately. That is why they teamed up together to combine their votes. Tonse Alliance is illegal and should not have been accepted if the judiciary was honest. Only Saulos Chilima and Lazarus Chakwera know the truth about whether the judiciary was bribed to accept their coalition for the presidential election rerun. What we know is that nothing good comes out of political leaders who assume power through bribery. Let me repeat. You cannot expect anything good from political leaders who come to power through bribery. And now we've come to the end of our program today. As always, we leave you with this question. Has the well-being of Malawians improved or worsened off under the leadership of Tonse Alliance? Would you like another government administration led by Chakwera or Chilima? Post your comments on msika.tech, msika.tech, msika.tech. Thank you for being with us today. Be there again next week when we shall bring you another edition of this program. Bye for now.